Today we're going to look at this question. Zinc metal can replace copper from copper 2 sulfate according to the reaction. On the reactant side, zinc plus copper sulfate, and on the product side, zinc sulfate plus copper. How many grams of copper are produced when excess zinc is reacted with 200 milliliters of 0.100 molarity copper sulfate? Okay, so I already wrote out some background knowledge that you're going to need to know. The way you solve this is through dimensional analysis. What we have here on this side is our conversion factors that we're going to be using, and then here is our balanced equation. Okay, so we're going to start with 200 milliliters of copper sulfate, and we're going to convert these milliliters to liters. And the reason why we're going to do this is because we need to use molarity, and molarity is measured in moles per liter. So for every 1 milliliter, we get 10 to the negative 3 liters. Okay, and then now that we're in liters, we can use our moles. We can use our liters to get to our moles. So for every 1 liter of copper sulfate, we get 0.100 moles of copper sulfate. Now that we're in moles of copper sulfate, we can use our balanced equation. As we can see, there's only 1 mole of copper sulfate. So for every 1 mole of copper sulfate, you get 1 mole of copper. All right, so for every 1 mole of copper sulfate, you get 1 mole of copper. Now that we're in moles of copper, we can use our molar mass to go from moles to grams. All right, so for every 1 mole of copper, we have 63.546 grams of copper. Now we have all of our conversion factors we need to go from milliliters of copper sulfate to grams of copper. Let's go through and cancel all of our units. So milliliters of copper sulfate gone, then liters, moles, and then moles of copper, and we're left in grams of copper. Now all we do is cross multiply across the numerator and denominator, and this is just a continuation of the top. So what you're going to get is 200 times 10 to the negative 3 times 0.100 times 63.54, and it's still in grams of copper. All that is going to be divided by 1. Everything was 1 in the denominator. So what that ends up being 1.27 grams of copper produced. And that's how you do that question. If you have any other questions, email them to me. If you find anything that I've done wrong in my videos, email me, let me know. And thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.